Meet Peter and Joan. They have been married for 31 years and live in Rockville, Maryland. Peter is an attorney who recently retired and is 67 years old. Joan is a retired teacher and is 65 years old. They have 3 sons. One is married and has 2 small children, and the other 2 are single. All are working and gainfully employed. Joan is currently drawing a $40,000 per year pension and taking $25,000 in Social Security. Peter recently retired and is now eligible to draw $25,000 per year in Social Security. However, if he waits 3 more years until he turns 70, he could draw $32,000 a year. They haven't yet decided which option to take. Their household income is currently $65,000 per year until they make some decisions. Peter and Joan own their home in the Maryland suburbs outside of Washington, D.C. The home is valued at $1.2 million. They have lived in the house for over 30 years and have no mortgage. They have $3.5 million in their combined retirement portfolio in both tax-deferred and taxable accounts, but are unsure as to how to structure their portfolio to last throughout their retirements, as both of them have long bloodlines. They have no life insurance currently, but they really don't see a need for it. They bought long-term care insurance for both of them a few years back, but would like a review of the policies as they're unsure as to the benefits they purchased. They have estate planning documents, but they haven't been reviewed in 10 years. Peter and Joan have done a great job setting themselves up for retirement, but they do have a few major concerns that they would like to address with Ivy League financial advisors to make sure they're on track. As Peter just recently retired and they no longer have his stream of income, their most immediate concern is to how best structure their retirement portfolio to maximize withdrawals to last their lifetime, while also minimizing their tax impact. Since both of them have long bloodlines, they're also worried about running out of money in their retirement years. With Peter now retired, their household income has decreased. They would like to determine their options for taking his Social Security. Should they take it now or wait until he's 70? In addition to these concerns, they would like to purchase a vacation home on the Delaware shore, as well as to begin set-aside money for their grandchildren's college education. But can they afford to do both? They purchased long-term care policies years ago, but they would like to go over them with Ivy League to make sure they know what they have. They also would like to revisit their estate planning strategy, as it hasn't been reviewed in over 10 years. They heard from their neighbors about using a revocable living trust to help streamline their finances in the event they were ever incapacitated, but they wonder if that would be a good option for them. When you go to the doctor because you're not feeling well, the doctor will sit down and talk to you about your symptoms and concerns. He will then do a thorough evaluation and run tests, and after reviewing all the data, he will come up with a diagnosis. It is in that same manner that we, as comprehensive and fee-only financial planners, also work with our clients. When working with Peter and Joan, our first step was to sit down with them to discuss their financial situation as well as their major concerns for retirement. We then gathered all of their financial documents and statements, and from there we were able to create a comprehensive financial plan with a focus on maximizing their cash flow needs in retirement. To create our comprehensive financial plan for Peter and Joan, we first determined their annual expenses, as well as a scenario in which they purchased their beach house. We ran several more scenarios to determine their best strategies for Social Security, and then evaluated their chances for running out of money in retirement. Of course, included in this evaluation were the Social Security strategies we looked at, their level of assets, whether or not they bought the vacation home, as well as how much to put aside for their grandchildren's education and how much to leave as a legacy to their children. Peter and Joan had done a great job of saving, but in our discussions with the couple, we found out that they didn't have a proper allocation for their investment portfolio. So in addition to putting them on track with an easy-to-follow financial plan, we also developed and implemented a diversified asset allocation plan for their investments that more closely matched up with their risk tolerances. We also worked with respected insurance professionals to evaluate and review their long-term care policies to make sure that what they had was adequate. Peter and Joan were happy to find out that their policies still matched their goals. We then went with Peter and Joan to meet with a local respected estate planning attorney to evaluate their outdated estate planning strategies. When all was said and done, Peter and Joan were thrilled to now have a financial path to follow to make sure that their retirement and financial needs were met. They now have peace of mind that they can live the lifestyle they want to live in retirement without running out of money. They couldn't have done it without a step-by-step plan from Ivy League financial advisors.